Yeah, these are real enemies.
Like, I think they actually want to kill me. I mean, the reason I know this, well, they say so online. You know, there's like Reddit forums where they don't just want to kill me; they want to desecrate my corpse. You know, type of thing. You know.
And what are they saying? Why? What is the primary?
I think they should get Elon Musk out of there messing with any of our departments.
But we long to be, don't you want to be accountable to what's happening with the homeless and everyone that is out on the streets,
we want
the people that have mental illness?
We don't want a non-elected man appointed by the president to start making people go home, lose their jobs, and all of that.
How can they lose their jobs? We're going to have more money to hire than someone else.
Oh no, he's tricking you. You're getting fooled.
I'm a Trump supporter, and I love what President Trump is doing. Yo amo a Presidente Trump. Es un presidente, el mejor presidente. Y la comunidad hispana and African American should know. What do you tell the American people?
Hi, how are you? Doge did not exist 2 years ago. 19-year-olds were not raiding the Treasury 2 years ago. People who have no idea with medical background have not been hauling in and creating kangaroo courts for scientists to dismiss them 2 years ago. That started happening now. Elon Musk is not a scientist. He is not an engineer. He is a billionaire con man with a lot of money. He does not have this kind of good background. And in fact, while there's some disruption over that, I sincerely ask you all to examine what expertise he has in approving medical devices, in biomedical engineering devices. And if you all think that he is an expert in that, I've got a bridge to nowhere to sell you. These are people's lives that are on the line, and we cannot laugh them away. Genuinely, please, I am asking you to please support this amendment for the people who have medical devices stuck in their body. Thank you, and I yield back.
Yes, this is a follow-up video. I recently posted something similar to this. Elon Musk sat down with Joe Rogan. They had an interview where he reviewed some things. I don't know if you've seen this. I have edited clips. I just want you to see exactly what is going on. The podcast is too long. There are a lot of people that are going after Elon Musk, and he said something. If he cuts all with, these people will take away his life. It's actually a chilling video. When I saw this, they talk about Epstein list and some other issues, but I'll be precise. I will show you what he said. But before I do, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm. If you share this video,
it's kind of a hack to the system where someone can get an NGO stood up for a fairly small amount of money. Like George Soros was really good at this. Like George Soros is like a system hacker. Like he figured out how to hack the system. He's a genius at arbitrage. I mean, these days he's pretty old, but a genius at arbitrage. So he figured out that you could leverage a small amount of money to create a nonprofit, then lobby the politicians to send a ton of money to that nonprofit, so you can take what might be, a $10 million donation to a nonprofit to create a nonprofit and leverage that into $1 billion NGO. A nonprofit is a weird word. It's just a non-governmental organization, and then the government continues to fund that every year, and it'll have a nice sounding name like the Institute for Peace or something like that. But really, it's a graft machine.
And what are the requirements with that money? What do they have to do?
Just really no requirements at all.
So they just get grants and the government just assumes that they're doing good work.
I think a lot of people in the government know that they're not doing good work.
No, he said, now we are going to be looking for fraud. I'm sure you're okay with that. I am okay with that, and there is fraud in there. Okay, well, all right. Yes, we all hate fraud.
I really felt that we were providing support and care to humanity around the world because it's the right thing to do. And that made me feel proud no matter who was president. And now I don't know what to do. And I have cried every day. I think that that's normal. I have a 15-month-old at home, and I'm looking at him and thinking, well, what's this country that we're now living in?
We're doing work for the American public. We're here for safety. And we're patriots. We love our country. That's why we're taking these jobs that don't pay us in the private sector. I'm an accountant. I could get a private sector job tomorrow, but I care about this country and I want to be here.
All of our networks have been dismantled. You know, there's no jobs for us here in DC. I don't know if there are jobs for us, period. A lot of people's professional lives have just been completely ruined. And I want to know how the senators are going to support us. How are they going to give us resources? How are they going to make sure that people's families are taken care of? We're just witnessing the entire industry is going down. And what are the senators going to do about it?
To be honest, our entire industry is imploding because they are demolishing USAID and the wood chipper. A lot of the work that we did at USAID promotes soft power, promotes our image around the world for America. And if you don't invest in this, then you will pay a lot more in defense, and it puts everybody at risk.
Received as federal employees.
Yes, federal workers are in tears. Before we even go into that, Joy Behar falsely claimed on The View today that Elon Musk supported apartheid in South Africa. Meghan Markle said this out. If Elon Musk sues The View, I will join Dodge. She actually said something linking to a lawsuit. I don't know if you've seen that. Take a look at this.
That now I'm getting some flack because I said that Musk was pro-apartheid. I don't really know for sure if he was. He grew up at that time when apartheid was in full bloom before the great Nelson Mandela fixed that. He was around at that time, but maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. He might have been a young guy, too.
Might have been.
So don't be suing me, okay, Elon? They're allowed to say any lie they want, but we have to be really strict. That's why this show is important.
Yeah.
I think that's true. I don't think he ever wanted really the responsibility of the job. He's not really bright enough to handle the job. And Elon Musk kisses his butt and strokes his tiny ego or big ego, whatever it is. And he doesn't get to he can take a nap while the guy who was not born in this country, who was born under apartheid in South Africa, so has that mentality going on. He was pro-apartheid, as I understand it.
He's a naturalized citizen.
Right.
Now.
He's a naturalized citizen.
Now he's a naturalized citizen.
Oh, really? How did he do that? Did he come over the border legally?
Yes. I don't know if you realize that later in the show, she attempted to walk back her comment, admitting that she didn't know if they were true and said, "Don't be suing me, okay, Elon." She realized it was a lie, struggling now to backtrack, though a lot of people are calling Elon Musk to sue her. In another clip you saw, Elon Musk has turned Joy Behar into an anti-immigrant activist. That is just the truth. The guy was not born in this country. What's that? So they are now advocating. It is crazy sometimes. Now going to this federal worker, these people are insane. I don't know. I'm going to show you the complete video. When you take a look at this lady is ranting, comparing what Elon Musk is doing to North Korea. Federal worker compares answering Elon Musk's email to living in North Korea. It felt like such a glimpse into the reality that they are trying to create it, and it was terrifying just to reply that email.
Funding, what's the point in working on it now? And has the last year, 2-3 years of work we've done on it been for naught? Like, that's wasteful. Like, this whole thing is an exercise for them to show us how much power they have and how little we have, and how we must do what they say. And it's so insane because, again, who the fuck is Elon? Like, and how does he get to decide that he is king of the federal employees, king of HR at the Office of Personnel Management, and he gets to tell us, send this email or you're fired, like you lose your job. There's no rationale here that makes it make any sense outside of, look how much power I have and you better listen or your livelihood is gone. The 2 million people that are gonna have to respond to this email, if they choose to, are they going to go through 2 million emails to make sure that they were honest, to make sure that they were authentic, to make sure that the items listed out were relevant to the people's jobs, to make sure that the person, like, there's so many things that would have to happen for them to, like, actually legitimately go through these emails, and that's not going to happen because it just, like, it can't happen, you know? And again, like, it's just a flex. It's just you need to know who's in charge, and this is one of the ways we're making you aware. And the feeling that I felt responding to that email was such a glimpse into a possible future here, a probable future here if we don't do something about it. It felt so scary and so heartbreaking. It felt much like I would imagine living in a place like what I always imagined North Korea to be like, where the energy is, yes, master, your wish is my command. And again, these people that we're reporting to are people that have no expertise outside of like tech. They don't know anything about the health services that are operated through the federal system or about anything, really. And now half of the CDC workforce is gone, and the national park rangers are like largely gone.
Yes, when I see someone like this comparing the United States to North Korea, it really get me wondering if they allow this person to stay in North Korea for 1 week, she won't be able to survive. Yes, not because any person is doing anything to her, but the laws in place won't allow this lady to stay in North Korea. You are in a country where you feel free to even speak up like this. Just imagine you being in North Korea. You don't even have the right to speak up or do certain things. A simple email, respond to it. You can't do that. It's a problem. You can't be accountable to your own work. I just believe that, excuse me, I just believe that if you are working, you should be able to be accountable. You should be able to show forward what you do at any time, at any given time. That should not be something to...
Here's Donald Trump's new director of the Offices of Management and Budget on his feelings about everyone who works for him.
We want the bureaucrats to be traumatically affected. We want, when they wake up in the morning, we want them to not want to go to work.
Mission accomplished, because we've already paid for it with our subsidies. Come on!
We have.
You said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk. When can we see them, and what's taking so long to release them?
I do. Jesse, there are well over, this will make you sick, 200 victims. It logs a lot of names.
Was that what's taking so long with this Epstein files?
Yeah, what's up with that?
What?
Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So, 5th time. So...
Inflation. I mean, the industry I work in, the film industry, this used to be the mecca of filmdom.
It's left.
It is no more.
That's right.
And the tech industries have taken off, and many businesses in the industry, they just left. They blew out of town because...
You're looking... History, remember it.
We as a country about James.
Yeah, and then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know.
Jim Jordan.
Josh Green, the governor.
Watch news or talk.
Now, look, I have a lot of...
The Democratic Party has about everything.
As you all know, for decades, a group of